how to make your brand look expensive even if you're broke. So number one, start off simple branding. Simple branding, stuff that isn't these big overdone logo graphics. There isn't really, when you think about expensive items, if we're talking about really what you consider looking expensive, you don't think all over the place. You don't think all over the place design. You don't think graphic design. You think logos, simple branding, monogram type of print. So when we do that, think of brands like Fear of God, Essentials, ALD. These are whoa shit, my fucking watch playing. So think of brands like Fear of God, think of brands like ALD, think of brands like Acne Studios. These are all brands that, of course, they bring something new to the table, something creative to the table, something colorful to the table, but it's done tastefully. It's not overdone. So you need to just ask somebody, yo, how much does this look like it's worth? How much does this look like it's worth? When you're designing, when you got your designs in, ask somebody, yo, how much does this look like it's worth? How much does it look like I could sell it for, right? How much does it look like Louis Vuitton would sell this for, right? Would it be one of their cheaper products, one of their more expensive products? Would it even be on their product catalog at all, right? So that's what you have to determine when you're trying to make your products appear more expensive. It starts off with the product, right? You don't have to necessarily make the product simple, but let the product speak for itself. More designer pieces, let the actual cut and sew, the fabric, you feel me? The way it's styled, more so outshine the design, you feel me? Because it's more so about the garment. It's all these fashion houses have been always about the garments, right? The logo thing just is a recent thing added in history in the last, few hundred years in terms of clothing, right? Before, niggas just wore plain clothes, you feel me? Now everybody gotta express themselves. They gotta have on the best drip, the best, you know what I'm saying? So number two, finding that brand vibe. You have to have a brand vibe. You have to have a target customer, right? One target customer. What do they look like? For Balenciaga, that customer is that rebel, that punk rock nigga that don't like to conform to what society says is normal, right? For Louis Vuitton, it's more of that rich, I'm better than you type of person, right? For Nike, like I said in my last video, it's more about that person that wants to win, that person that's victory. So when we pick the person that we target, right? We're able to create the content around that, create a world around that, right? So let's say, for example, we're running a brand like Balenciaga. Let's say I'm Denma, or I'm working in art direction with Balenciaga. I'm gonna be focused on building that world around mystery, stuff that's never been seen before, and dark in a kind of way, right? That's a Balenciaga vibe, you feel me? So that's what I'm going to focus on when I'm making content, and that's what's going to pique my target audience interest and allows them to buy and express themselves through my clothes. So making your clothes look expensive, this doesn't even have to be an expensive brand thing, bro. You could be a Nike, or you could be a Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton. Every solid brand does this. Every solid brand has one target customer. You have to have one target customer, and you make the content around that, you build a world around that, and you can sell your prices. Like, of course, Satoshi Nakamoto, Balenciaga, these brands are more built on that grunge Thailand style. Their backgrounds are dirty. They aren't the backgrounds that you might expect to see, right? But it's all a part of their world, and it builds the world, right? It's deep. When you look at it, it's a more form of art, and when you look at it, it means something, right? The more money that I spend on it, the greater feeling I'm gonna get from it, right? I don't want to feel like I'm getting scammed. People that buying these expensive clothes don't feel like they're getting scammed. They feel like, all right, I'm paying $600 for a hoodie, so I can feel like the man when I wear it, right? So everybody can look at me and like, oh wow, that's a $600,000 hoodie, or $600 hoodie. Wow, So that's why people are buying for the feeling, right? This after a certain point after t-shirts go up past $10, $20. The only reason why you're buying them is for aesthetics, right? It's for the feeling of how something makes you feel when you wear it. So when we do photo shoots, right, we need to make sure that our photo shoots have real models, and that model fits our target audience's aesthetic, right? And we have white background photo shoots, something like that. It doesn't have to necessarily be white background photo shoots or something, but you need a photo shoot for lookbooks. Make a lookbook as if you were pitching your brand to Saks Fifth, or if you're pitching your brand to Bloomingdale's or Bloomingdale's, or one of these big stores, make a lookbook. You have to present yourself like these brands. Honestly, a lot of it is looking up to what these bigger brands are doing and replicating it in your own way. That's a lot of what this is, and that's kind of how I, first started experimenting and learning with branding and learning with marketing and world building and stuff like that, is just by paying attention to the bigger brands, right? So make sure you guys are picking the right models and doing the photo shoots correctly, as if you were making a lookbook, right? That will allow your products to look more expensive, because there's more expensive production going into the product. Make sure you get the best quality that you can. If you, for example, your hoodies, let's say you guys are low MOQ, so your hoodie's probably getting made for $30. If you ask that manufacturer, is this the absolute best fabric that I could get? He's gonna say no, because of course there's always a better fabric unless you have the top of the best jacquard fabric, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be a better fabric. So he's gonna tell you yes, you can upgrade the fabric. That will be upgrade your price from $30 to $36. The $6 increase in fabric cost is not going to matter when you're trying to sell your product for $200, $300 more dollars, right? Look, trying to become a contemporary designer brand is not for the weak. You will be looked at crazy a lot of the time, because until people fuck with it, nobody will fuck with it. I promise you, their price is gonna sound crazy. People gonna look at you crazy, especially if you don't have the connections, like you're a previous art director working for Montclair or one of these big fashion houses. Bruh, you don't got the connections to really start a contemporary designer brand without people, really batting the eye or doubting you. But that comes with everything, bruh. Doubt comes with everything. What we do is we prove them wrong. That's what we about, man. We prove niggas wrong. So when they, damn, he really did it. Shit, I should shut my ass up. Now they coming back asking you for advice. Look, nah. Look, we talked about the product a lot in this video, but packaging, customer experience, and making sure you show that off in the content. So you see Louis Vuitton, they have 6 or 7 luxury packing items per order, right? So they have the box, first of all. They have the underbox. They have a dust bag. They have their own branded paper. They have verification cards. They have the tag. You feel me? They have a bunch of luxury branded items that when a person is opening it, it's like Christmas for them, right? You don't want to just send somebody a package and all it is just a poly mailer. They open the package and it's just one simple branded bag, right? You want to make this an experience like you're opening an iPhone, right? I'm sorry to the people who aren't fortunate enough to be able to have opened a new iPhone before, but I'm gonna just share the experience with y'all. So cut open the plastic. That's one step. You shake the box open until it falls out the box. Poof. You feel me? That's 2 steps. That's already an experience right there. That's fun right there. You opening your new phone, you trying not to drop it and break it. That's adrenaline pumping. Boom. You got the little white paper on top of the iPhone. You take that off. Then you got the sticky thing on the screen that's satisfying to peel off. That's another step. Boom. Now you setting up the phone, the welcome step. It's all calculated. It feels like Christmas. This is a whole 5-minute unboxing process versus somebody getting your clothes from your brand and being able to open it within 10 seconds. You need to make sure that it's intricate to get to your product, and that everything that you do in terms of product opening and product unboxing is satisfying to the customer, and the customer really wants that experience in a luxury setting, right? We go to these stores because we want to carry out these bags. We want people to read the bag that says Balenciaga. We want people to read the bag that says Cartier on it. So that's why people want these bags and the packaging. They keep it, These people don't just throw it away. They keep it for a lifetime. They might, even when they're moving houses, they aren't throwing it out. They're keeping it, moving it to the next house, because these things mean a lot to people. When people feel like something is going to last them a lifetime, that goes back to the quality. When people feel like something's gonna last them a lifetime, they don't mind spending more money on it, because it's like, all right, I'm spending $600 on it now, but it's gonna last me 20 years. So it's like, I don't need to buy another hoodie. It gives your product more perception of it's gonna last longer. Everything that I said is gonna cost you under $500. Most of the things that I said is gonna be free. It's just a mindset switch when you're branding, when you're making content. So without further ado, hope you guys was able to relate to this video. For those of you who asked for it, you know, I don't really care how many views these videos get. I know these videos are made for certain type of people. This video is made dedicated to a few people that asked me about the clothing brand, and I'm about to just go crazy with the clothing brand videos this week. But I hope, like I said, I hope you guys were able to learn something and take something from this video. Make sure you go back in the video if you guys are unsure about a certain process or anything. Make sure you save this video to your watch later playlist if you need to rewatch this. I appreciate all y'all who have subscribed to the channel in the last 30 days, bro. We on the way to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys have not already, go ahead, leave a subscription to the channel, you feel me, right down below, and go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys have struggled with most with the brand, and I'll go ahead help you guys out in the comments and give my feedback on it. Also, if you guys need help with anything more detailed, hit me up on Instagram. I do help a lot of people from the channel one-on-one on Instagram to start clothing brands and start e-commerce stores. But hey, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and catch y'all on the next one. We out.